Now hitting on the performance, this thing was released, like I stated, with the Apple A12 Bionic chip. It has a hexa-core CPU, and there's two different models. They both have 3 gigs of RAM, but there's a base model with 64 gigs of RAM, and there's a top tier model with 256 gigs of storage. And did I say RAM? I meant storage. I keep messing up my words in this video, I'm so sorry. But the performance of this tablet is extremely good for what it is, you know what I mean? So what I mean by that is, I think, compared to the iPad 10.2 inch, this tablet is definitely faster. Whatever I was really doing with it, it was perfectly fine as expected. My use case is pretty low though, you know what I mean? Like, I don't go and edit movies on my iPad. I don't go and, Photoshop things. I really just, maybe play a game or two here. Really, I'll be honest, I use my iPads more as an alarm clock and maybe like a thing if I'm going, somewhere really quickly, I can just take my iPad with me and just go surfing on the web. I really don't do anything too crazy on my iPads, but I think this is the perfect iPad yet again for a student who doesn't want to bring too many books with them, or they don't want to bring a huge MacBook with them or anything. This iPad is pretty powerful for what you're getting, you know what I mean? You have one of the newest chipsets as of right now. Once the iPhone 12s come out, obviously gonna be a little bit different. You have one of the latest chipsets, you have great performance, you have, good enough amount of RAM, so if you want to keep a lot of things in the background, you can do so. Also, you can do split screen multitasking, picture in picture, and you can be watching, your professor talk about a lecture while you're taking notes on another side of the screen. And this thing supports the Apple Pencil, like I stated, and I think for a student, it's probably the best use case. It's not the best thing ever, it's not perfect, but I think for the most part, for a performance standpoint for a student, it's great. But even not for a student, if you want to do, if you want to play games on it, if you want to jailbreak it eventually once this 13.5 jailbreak comes out and install emulators on it and everything like that, this iPad will be able to handle it, mostly because of that chipset. It has one of the newest chipsets basically, which is extremely important. So in my opinion, I think the performance of this thing is very, very good, and I don't think you're going to be getting this thing and feeling like you have an outdated machine or anything like that at all. So in terms of the performance, it gets a thumbs up in my books for sure. Now hitting